Today is Monday, June 13, 2022. I'm Pastor Michael, and this is Wilderness Wanderings. Our text is from Psalm 29. Ascribe to the Lord the glory due his name. Worship the Lord in the splendor of his holiness. The Lord on his throne rules over the flood. The Lord rules from his throne as king forever. The Lord gives strength to his people. The Lord blesses his people with peace. Verses 1, 10, and 11. Do you know the story of the dad trying to get a kiss from his daughter? Honey, he said, come give daddy a hug. To his surprise, she calmly replied, You know I'm 9 years old now. I'm busy. To which the father replied, Do you know who gave you those Barbie dolls? After gathering a Barbie in both hands, she clambered into his lap and delivered a hug and a quick peck on his cheek. That light peck on the cheek just didn't make a big enough deposit in the daddy account. No. Come on, give me a big hug. That was when she rolled those big brown eyes and said, That's the problem with you daddies. What? He said. You always want too much love. You sometimes feel the same about your Father in heaven? He demands too much? Do you sometimes feel like saying after Sunday morning worship, There, that ought to do you. See you next week? Psalm 29 is an invitation to stay a while longer. Its intention is not to induce guilt. This is an invitation to take a second look at God, to linger on his lap, to stay a while. God is not begging for our worship. He is simply worthy of it. The song begins in heaven, calling the mighty heavenly creatures to worship the Lord. From there we take a roller coaster ride through the created realm, catching the briefest of glimpses of God's wonder and power displayed in his creation. There's no small hint of laughter in this psalm. Many nations worshipped Baal as the god of the waters and the thunders. There's an, oh yeah, really? Attitude here. A rhetorical question gleefully ringing through the skies. Can Baal do what our God does? The psalm looks forward to Jesus sleeping in a boat being tossed about in a storm. His disciples are petrified, believing their doom approaches. But Jesus chuckles, telling the wind and the waves to relax. He is the God of Psalm 29. With a wave of his hand, he demonstrates that he has full control. As the psalm says, he sits enthroned over the flood. He is enthroned as king forever. This is the God who gives strength to his people, the Lord who blesses his people with peace. Our circumstances change, but our peace does not depend on them. Our peace depends on the Lord, enthroned in holy majesty. As storms break upon us, he gives us strength and peace. Whatever problems we face, God is still on the throne. It's worth our time to linger on his lap. When the voice of thunder threatens, read this psalm. Hear the voice of the Lord. Then remember that his voice became flesh and dwelt among us. Now that voice, the Son of God, beckons us to follow him. He is still the same Lord. This voice speaks to his disciples. I leave my peace with you. I give my peace to you. I do not give it to you as the world does. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. John 14:27. Shall we not stay a while longer and say, No, it's not enough? How can our worship ever be too much? As you journey on, go with the blessing of God. May the peace of the Lord Christ go with you wherever he may send you. May he guide you through the wilderness, protect you through the storm. May he bring you home rejoicing at the wonders he has shown you. May he bring you home rejoicing once again